Mathematics made easy, no more fear. Target online class, we got you. Wherever you want it from, we got what you need. Target online class.
Good day, viewers all over the world. You are welcome to Toidel online class. Today we want to look at linear equations. So before we talk about linear equations, I would love to define an equation. An equation is a statement that two algebraic expressions are in equal values. An equation is a statement that two algebraic expressions are in equal value. Then to solve an equation simply means that we want to find the real value of the unknown that makes the equation true. For instance, if you have 2x plus 3, this is just an expression. It's just an expression. But if there is presence of equality, once you introduce equality, say maybe 0 or any value, it becomes an equation. I hope that is taken. So an equation is a statement that two algebraic expressions are in equal value. Or we can say 2x plus 3 is equal to 4. So once there is presence of equality, then an expression becomes an equation. So once you introduce equality to two expressions, it becomes an equation. So we want to look at linear equations. Then we are going to consider 3 subtopics under this linear equation. The first one is solving linear equations. So I'm going to take examples. Let's take example on the first concept. The question says that we should solve a 5x plus 6 is equal to 21. Then B, the second question, 7y minus 9 is equal to 5 plus 3y. This is the second question. Then the third question is where we have g minus 10 and a half is equal to 10 and a half plus 2 all over 5g. So these are the 3 equations that we want to solve under solving linear equations. So these are the 3 equations that we want to solve. So we are going to start from this first one, where we have 5x plus 6 is equal to 21. So from the definition of an equation, we know that these two algebraic statements, or these two algebraic expressions, are equal in value because of this equality sign. So what can we do here? We want to look for the unknown. The unknown here is x. And this is called a linear equation because the degree of the unknown here is 1. Look at this is x. S is given as x raised to power 1. Y in this equation is raised to the degree, the power is 1. Y is same thing as y raised to power 1. Of course, you can have y raised to power 2. In this case now, this is quadratic. This type of equation is quadratic. We can have raised to power 3, raised to power 4, where we have polynomial equations. But all the examples that we have on the board, they are linear. Linear in the sense that the degree of the unknown is raised to power 1. That is the meaning of linear equation. So in this case, what do? We subtract this from both sides, or you transfer this constant, the one without this, the one without x, transfer it to the other side. So it's initially we have it to be plus here. By the time this plus is crosses this equality sign, it becomes negative. And I didn't mean you have it to be negative here. By the time it crosses this equality sign, it becomes positive. So here I'm going to have 5x to be equal to 21 minus 6. So 5x will now be equal to 21 minus 6 is 15. We are looking for the value of the unknown, which is x. Divide both sides by the coefficient of x, which is 5. So this will cancel this. At the end of the day, we have x to be equal to 15 divided by 3. 15 divided by 5 is 3. So x is equal to 3 in this first question. Then we go to the second question, where we have 7y minus 9 is equal to 5 plus 3y. So we try to collect the like terms. That's the first thing to do. We try to collect the like terms. That is, we say 7y We have minus 3y at the right hand side. By the time it comes to the left hand side, the sign will change from minus from plus to minus. So when we have minus 3y to be equal to, we have 5 here. This is minus 9. By the time this minus 9 crosses this equality sign, it becomes 9. Then 7 minus 3, that's 4y, will now be equal to, this is 14. Then divide both sides by 4. So that y will now be equal to 14 all over 4. Okay, this will cancel this. Then this is same thing as 7 all over 2. 2 in 14, 7. 2 in 4, 2. Which is same thing as 3 whole number 1 all over 2. That will be the value of y. So we have been able to get the value of y, value of x and y. So we go ahead and solve the third one. The third example. Let's look at the third example where we have, this is the third one. So we'll go ahead and solve the third example. And the third example, C, as we have it on the board, we collect the like terms. So this is 2 all over 5. So we have G, which is unknown. We have it to be plus here. No, here is minus. We have this to be minus. By the time it crosses this equality sign, it becomes plus. So we have to be G plus 2 all over 5G to be equal to 10 and a half. We have minus 10 and a half here. We take it to the other side. It becomes plus 10 and a half. So we take the LCM here, which is 5. 1 in 5 times Z. This is 5G plus, this will be 2G. Will be equal to 10 plus 10. That's 20. Then half plus half is 1. So we have 21. Here it's equal to 21. Then when you have something like this, you cross multiply to be able to get it on a straight line. So we have 5G plus 2G is 7G. It's equal to 5 multiplied by 21. Let's divide both sides by 7 to know the value of the unknown. 7 will take care of 7 here. 7 here 1, 7 here 3. Then G will be equal to 5 times 3, 15. So G is equal to 15. So that is how to solve a linear equation. And that is the first concept that I said we want to solve here. So we go to the second subtopic under linear equations, and that is equations with brackets. So we consider the second one, which is called equations with brackets. Equations with brackets. So in this case now, we will try and eliminate the bracket that we have in that equation for us to be able to solve that equation. So I'll also give about 2 or 3 examples under this to be able to explain equation with fractions. Let's say solve. We can call this example 2. Example 2. It says solve the equations. So what are the equations? The first one. The first equation is where you have 4x minus into bracket 3 minus x to be equal to 17. Then we take another equation where we have 3 into bracket 5m minus 1 is equal to 4 into bracket 3m plus 2. Then let's take one more. Let's take one more equation where we have 4 into bracket 3x minus 1 is equal to 11x minus 3 into bracket x minus 4. So these are the 3 equations that we are going to solve in this case. So the first one, we have 4x minus into 3 minus x is equal to 17. So what do we do here? The subtopic is equations with fraction. We want to remove the fraction, the bracket from this for us to be able to solve the equation. So let's look at this. We have 4x. Then there is minus in front of this parenthesis, in the front of this bracket. So this minus here, we control everything in the bracket. Minus times plus 3x, that's minus 3. Minus times minus will be plus, that will be plus x. That is equal to 17. That's what we have. Then 4. We now rearrange. 4x plus x can be equal to 17. We can take this minus 3 to the other side. Minus, by the time it crosses, it becomes plus 3. 4 plus x is 5x. It's equal to 20. Divide both sides by 5. So that x is equal to 4. Under any equation, we want to look for the value of the unknown. But here, in this case, is a linear equation. So here we have a linear equation. So we try to look for the value of x. So in this case now, we find x to be equal to 4. So that is what we are going to get. X is equal to 4. So we go to the second one. The second one where we have 3 into bracket 5m minus 1 is equal to 4 plus 2. We just try to open up in order to remove the brackets. That's the first thing that we do. So we say 3 times 5, that is 15m. 3 times minus 1 minus 3 is equal to 4 times 12, 4 times 3, 12m, 4 times 2 plus 8. So now let's collect like times. Let's bring the one with m that has coefficient. We bring the algebraic parts together. So we have 15m. 12 it becomes minus 12m will be equal to what? 8. In this case, we have to be 8 plus 3. That's what we are going to get. That's what we get. Then 15 minus 12, that's 3m. Will now be equal to 11. Let's divide both sides by 3. 3 will cancel 3. So that m is equal to 11 all over 3. So m is equal to 11 all over 3. Then we can convert that. That 11 over 3, we can convert it to mixed number. That is, this becomes 3 whole number 2 all over 3. So that's the value of m. That is the value of m. So we go ahead and solve the third one. The third question is C, as we have it on the board. So this is the third question. So in this third question, what do we have? This is what we have. So we can open up and say 4 times 3, that is 12x, minus 4 times 1, 4. We've removed the bracket there. Is equal to 11x minus 3, we control everything here, minus 3x, minus times minus plus 3 times 4 plus 12. That's what we have here. Okay? That's what we have here. Then from there, I'm going to have 12x minus 4 will be equal to 11x minus 3. That's 8x plus 12. So then I bring 8x to the right hand side. 12x minus 8x will be equal to 12 plus 4 minus 4 to the other side. 12 minus 8, that is 4x, is equal to 16. We divide both sides by 4. This will cancel this. So x is equal to 4. And that is what we are going to get. X is equal to 4 will be the answer. Okay? Then we now go ahead and solve and we go ahead and tackle the third subtopic, which is equations with fraction. Equations with fractions. That is, if you have linear equations with fractions, of course we know fractions when we have numerator and denominator. So what do we have there? So equation with fractions, we think about 2 or 3 examples on this also. So we say solve the equations. The first equation, example 3. Solve the equations. The first one is 1 all over 5x minus 1 all over 7x is equal to 7 all over 15. Okay? This is the first equation. Then let's take another equation. The second equation, where we have the second equation, we have 2x minus 1 all over 3 minus 3 minus x all over 2 is equal to x all over 4. This is what we get in the second equation. So let's solve this first two. Then we'll take one more example. So in this case, what do we do? These are equations with fractions. So we try and eliminate the fractional part. So let's take the LCM of the left hand side here. So LCM of 7 and 5 is 35. So 5 in 35 is 7. 7 times x, that's 7x. Minus 7 in 35 is 5. 5 times x, that's 5x. Is equal to 7 all over 15. 7 minus 5, that is 2x. All over 35 is equal to 7 all over 15. So at this point, we cross multiply. We have 2x times 15 will be equal to 7 times 35. Then let's divide both sides by 15. 15. 15 we cancel 15. 5 here, 3. 5 here is 7. So that at the end of the day, we have 2x to be equal to 49 all over 3. Let's divide both sides by 2. This will be multiplied by 2. This will cancel this. So that x will now be equal to 49. X will be equal to 49 all over 6. X will be equal to 49 all over 6. That is, x will be equal to 49 all over 6. In this case now, x will be equal to 49 all over 6. Then we can change this to a mixed number. That is 6. That will be 8 whole number, 1 all over 6. That will be the value of x. The value of x can be equal to 8 whole number, 1 all over 6. You can get the value of x to be what we have on the board. Okay, so we go ahead and solve the right hand side. Here also we take the SCM. The SCM will be 6. The SCM of 3 and 2. So that 3 in 6 is 2. We say 2 into bracket 2x minus 1. Then minus 2 in 3. 2 in 6, that's 3. Into bracket 3 minus x. Everything is equal to x all over 4. So we open up what we have by the numerator. 2 times 2. That's 4x minus 2. Minus 3 we control this. We have minus 9 plus 3x. Everything all over 6 is equal to x all over 4. Then 4x plus 3x, that is 7x. Minus 2 minus 9 minus 11 all over 6 is equal to x all over 4. So we cross multiply. So if you do the cross multiplication here, we are going to have 4. We will have 4 into bracket 7x minus 11 to be equal to 6x. That's what we are going to get. So let's look at it very well. Let's look at it very well. So that at the end of the day, we are going to have 4 times 7, that's 28. X minus 44 is equal to 6x. That's what you get. That is what you are going to get. Then from there, I can have 28x. Minus 6 can come in to have minus 6x is equal to 44. 28 minus 6 is 22. 22x is equal to 44. Divide both sides by 22. Divide both sides by 22. 22 becomes 22. At the end of the day, x will be equal to 2. So we are from here, we are going to have our x to be equal to 2. That's what we get. So s can be equal to 2. If we solve that, that's what we are going to get. S can be equal to 2. So we take one more example. Under equation with fractions, then we conclude. So let's take one more example. Under equation with fraction. So let's say example 4. Example 4. So let's take one more example. In this case now we have solve the equation 7 into bracket x plus 4 minus 2 x minus 3 into bracket 5 plus x is equal to 2 all over 3 into bracket x minus 6. That's what we have. So that's what we have. So this is what we have. This is the last example. This is what we have. So how do we solve this problem? Let me just clean this place so that we can have enough space to solve this. So how do we solve this problem? How do we solve this? So we are going to do this stepwisely. We first remove the brackets. So in this case now, solution. We have 7x plus 7 times 4, 28, minus 2 into bracket x. Let's first remove the brackets inside. Minus 3 times 5, that's minus 15. Minus 3 times x, minus 3x. So we equal to 2. 2 all over 3x. Then here we have 2 over 3 multiplied by 6. Here 1, here 2. That's minus 1. That's what we are going to get at the right hand side. Then from here we have 7x plus 28 minus 2 into bracket x minus 3x, that's minus 2x minus 15. So we go to minus 2 all by 3x minus 4. Then I can open up the bracket here. So I have 7x plus 28 minus times minus, that's plus 4x minus times minus plus 30 is equal to 2 all over 3x minus 4. Then from this stage down, I can go ahead and add 7 plus 4 is 11x plus 58 is equal to 2 over 3x minus 4. Then let me bring the one with x to the left hand side. That's minus 2 over 3x to be equal to minus 4 minus 58. So minus 4 minus 58 is minus 62. So we're going to have minus 62 there. So let me find the LCM here. The LCM is 3. I'm going to have 33x minus 2x is equal to minus 62. Then at the end of the day, I'm going to have 31x all over 3 is equal to minus 62. So Then if I cross multiply from there, I'm going to have 31x to be equal to minus 62 times 3. That's what I'm going to get. So from here, let me continue here. Then from this point now, I have, if I cross multiply, I'm going to have 31. I'm going to have 31x to be equal to 3 times minus 62. That's what I'm going to get. Then I divide both sides by 31. I divide this side by 31. This will cancel this. I'm going to have x to be equal to 31 here 1, 31 here, that's 2. It will be minus 6, and that's the final answer. So that's the final answer. So we have been able to take three subtopics under equations, under linear equations. So I want us to try this. I want us to try this as an exercise. Let's try this as an exercise, just to test our knowledge about linear equations. So, say DIY, say do it yourself. Solve the following equations. This is just an exercise, just to practice. The first one, we have 7x minus 9 to be equal to 5 plus 3x. Then another one, we have 3 into bracket 5y minus 1 is equal to 4 into bracket 3y plus 2. Then the last one is where we have 2 into bracket 5x minus 3 all over 3 minus 3 into bracket 5x minus 2 all over 5 is equal to 8 all over 15. So these are the three questions. Just try the three questions as we have it on the board. So let's see if you'll be able to solve it. I'd love to stop here because of our time. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Mathematics made easy, no more fear. Target online class, we got you. Wherever you want to from, we got what you need. Target